We now have a big button on the right hand side of our app that will allow us to basically do anything we want when we press on it. So we need to now make a new component that is going to serve for creating a new employee. We don't have a form to show the user just yet, so in this section we're going to put together some scaffolding for a new employee form, or a form to create a new employee, and then we're going to make sure that we can navigate there whenever we press this add button. So we'll start off with the form first. In my components directory, I'll make a new file called employeecreate.js. And then inside of here, we'll toss in a little bit of boilerplate. So we'll import React and component from React. We'll grab a view and text from React Native. I definitely expect that we're going to be using our reusable components instead of the view and text, but for right now, we just want to kind of get something on the screen. We'll make an employee create form that'll extend component. And from the render method, we'll return a view with some text, something that just says like employee form. And finally at the bottom, we'll toss on our export statement. All right, so just something to get some content on the page, something to just get us started. So we need to actually make sure that the router knows about this component here and create a scene to represent this component. So we're going to flip on back to our router. I will import our new form. So import employee create from components employee create. And then I will make a new scene. Now, this is where I need to ask myself the question, should this scene go underneath the kind of auth bucket, or is it underneath the main bucket? And to answer that question, I need to think about how I want users to navigate to this. I want users to have the ability to navigate from the employee list to the employee create form. And once they're on the create form, if they decide, oh, you know what, I don't actually want to create a new employee, if they like go and press that back button, I should kick them back to the employee list component. So it sounds like it is going to be in this channel of all the different main scenes that I have. So I'm definitely going to add it inside of here. I'll make a new scene that has a title of create employee. So that's what the users are going to see. We'll give it a key, and you know what, let's get the order of properties right here. I want to stay at least somewhat consistent. We'll put the key first. So we'll give it a key of employee create, a component of employee create. That's what we need. Yep, employee create. And then we've got the title of create employee. Okay, so this definitely looks good right here. Let's save it. I want to do a quick refresh, see where we're at. I'll log in. And you know, I just realized we're testing it here, but we haven't actually hooked up this button just yet. My mistake. Let's do that first. So on my scene for the employee list, right now we've got a console log whenever someone presses the on right button. I want to navigate to the employee create screen and employee create screen instead. So I'm going to remove the console log, and remember how we do navigation with this routing library. We call actions dot and then the key of the scene that we want to go to. So it'll be employee create. I have not imported actions into this file just yet, so I will also import actions from the React Native Router Flux library. There we go. Okay, now we should be in a place where it actually works. So I will refresh the simulator again. Throw in our credentials. Now I should be able to click add, and I go over to my employee form. Then I can click back if I decide, you know what, I actually don't want to make anything, and then toggle between the two. You'll notice that in the simulator, I don't know if the video quite translates it. Maybe you see it in your simulator. It's a little bit laggy. You know, there's a little bit of jitter here. Once you're actually on a mobile device, all that stuff goes away and everything will work just fine. So it's really just an oddity of the simulator that you see that little kind of bit of jankiness. Now, just as a reminder, we have two scenes inside of our main scene, or the main bucket, as I kind of like to refer to it as. Now that I have the two scenes in here, I start to want to think about how I'm going to use that initial prop. Remember, initial is what is in charge of deciding what scene should show up first. So by default, order of operations, order of declaration will come into play. So since the employee list is declared first, it will be shown first whenever someone says, hey, go over to main, please. But just to make sure it's nice and clear, I would probably choose to add on the initial prop here as well. So now, for sure, like without a doubt, just in case anyone else comes across and adds a new scene in here, I don't have to worry about a user going to that scene instead of the one that I really intend people to go to. So I'm just going to throw the initial in there just to be a model citizen. All right, so we can now navigate over to our form. I think that we can probably start working on that employee creation form in the next section.